The road to success: improving Ghana's transportation system. Ghana is a country located in sub-Saharan Africa renowned for its gold, cocoa, and most recently, crude oil. This video is divided into three major segments. One is the starting point, which describes the current state of our transport system. The en route, which is the second segment, talks about what can be done to improve our current infrastructure and what are the bumps in the road in terms of what are the obstacles in achieving that. And the third segment is the destination, what I hope to achieve with these recommendations made. The next slide, which is the starting point, highlights four current problems that we are experiencing with our transportation system. One being the over-reliance on road transport. We do, however, have other forms of transportation system, which is the railway line between Tema, an industrial city, and the main central business district. This over-reliance on road transportation has led to the poor condition of our current infrastructure, and the lack of funds and timely maintenance of the current infrastructure is one of the major challenges that we face as a developing country. So that's the photo gallery showing you the poor condition of some of the roads that link the urban to the rural areas, and these poor roads do affect the natives of such villages and cities, one being the loss of agricultural produce, as most perishable items are unable to reach the market on time, resulting in loss of revenues for various farmers across the country. One is also difficulty in accessing various amenities, which is schools and hospitals. Most communities are cut off because of the poor road infrastructure. Now, what I call the en route, what can be done? How can these challenges be addressed? I believe the way forward is a public-private partnership where the public sector engages with the private sector. The public sector, on one hand, being the government, is able to provide capital and act as a guarantor for loans, whilst the private sector is able to come in with its expertise in commerce, management, operations, and innovation. I believe these partnerships the way forward in terms of exploiting other forms of transportation, i.e., the rail, water, and air transport. But what can be done to motivate the private sector to effectively engage with the government? One is to award contracts to the private sector in terms of designing and building the infrastructure system. One other way is also to introduce user charges in the form of tolls for road users and landing fees for airlines. We both know that the private sector is driven immensely by profit. And one of the other ways to motivate the private sector is stamping up corruption, ensuring that there is rule of law and transparency in tendering processes. And my last and final segment, which is the destination, once the public and private sector learn to engage with each other, we therefore have a better transportation system that includes all forms of transport: the rail, the air, the water, etc. And the better transportation system will open up communities to investment and allow them to trade among themselves. And last but not the least is the availability of choice and competition will encourage and help in achieving lower forms of transportation costs for consumers. Thank you.